Hello, beautiful people. This is a short and sweet wind down practice preparing your body and mind for sleep. We all travel through all sorts of emotions throughout the day. We may experience anger, maybe sadness, happiness, exuberating love and excitement. And sometimes our body doesn't want to let go of certain emotions and is holding on of certain physiological patterns that manifest when we feel certain things. This short practice will prepare your body for a restful and rejuvenating sleep by opening the fascial body so the fluids and oxygen can flow through sufficiently and evenly. To begin, just finding your ground, walking on the floor and really touch down with the sole of your foot as if you would be a cat on a bed or a sofa or on a pillow, preparing it to lay down on it. So you're just kneading the floor underneath you. And then come to stillness. Bring one hand onto your hara, your center, just below your navel center, and one onto your heart space. And take a few seconds here to connect to your being, to your inner home. And then open your eyes and we begin to shake, just shaking out our system, just letting things be as relaxed as possible. The shoulder girdle, your jaw, everything just falls with gravity towards the center of the earth. And you can close your eyes here. You may want to stand on one spot. You may want to walk. And the breath is flowing. Let the breath flow in three-dimensionally into your ribcage, expanding front, side, and back, and out through the mouth. Long, soft exhalation. And then come to stillness. Take a breath in. Deep, expansive breath, and then let everything from the day go. Stand with your feet a little wider and just shift your weight from side to side. We'll just open the deep front line, the core body that travels from your feet, from below your feet, from behind your shin bone, up your inner thighs. And I would like to focus now here on the adductors, the inner thighs that tend to hold tension, especially when we have had a hectic day, and you can use your hands to support you. You also open by leaning forward your pelvic floor in the back. And if you like, you can either continue here or you drop down a little deeper. Let this movement slow down a little bit and maybe stay on one side, breathing into the tissues between your sit bones and then to the other side. Breathe and notice the opening on your inner thigh here. And move within your opening position here. So don't go as deep and far that you feel like I can't move any further anymore. Do just 70% of the stretch, but move within. So you may want to shift your weight forward and backward slightly, or just go in and out of the position. And change side. Again, just 60-70%. You may also want to hold on to a chair or table. And come back to center. Turn your feet out. So you're like in a goddess position, bringing your hand onto your knees. And now let your spine really get traction here. So as if you would rest your whole weight into your hands on your thighs and breathe. And you may notice as well how your diaphragm gets opened in a different way. Breathing three-dimensionally here. And move out of the position, sink back in, and don't go as deep. And now push into your right hand. I mirror you here and turn towards the left. The spine spirals upwards diagonally, breathing in. And then come to center, exhale, extending the legs slightly. And bend the knees again, spiraling to the right, pushing into your left hand. Inhale. And as you exhale, come out of the position. Now take your left leg forward. Again, I mirror you here. And you come into a runner's lunge. The back toes are tucked just to give the plantar fascia and the toe flexors a little bit of a stretch here as well. Keeping the sole of the foot on the ground and shift your weight back as far as possible. And you probably notice your toes, your front foot wants to lift off, but I invite you to keep the foot on the ground. And then the tension, or the positive stretch tension here, you will feel most likely in the superficial front line on the top of the foot and also on your hamstrings. And I just want you to move your pelvis a little side to side. Again, find a place of 70% of stretch tension and see if you can move within the stretch. And I feel it behind my knee here. And if I shift my pelvis from side to side, so moving from left to right, the tension sensation travels from left to right behind my knee, a little bit above lower portion of the hamstrings. And now shift forward and you just sink into a runner's lunge. And here again, without dropping to or dumping your pelvis down, stay out of the full stretch, but see if you can move within it and explore. So little shifting movements, rolling movements of the pelvis, rolling along the fascial planes. And now take your front foot across and bring your hands forward. We prepare for Gomukhasana, so you sit cross with your legs crossed, and you can either stay here and just shift forward and backwards very gently, which also is a beautiful opening for your pelvic floor, pelvic diaphragm, and the lateral hips. If you feel called to, join me and sit further back. And you can sit all the way back as well, snuggling yourself into the ground. And find little shifting, rolling movements here. A gentle spiraling movement to the left. So you inhale and you imagine your spine ascends up to the sky, crown of the head ascends, and there's not much of a push happening in the hand here. It's just very soft. As you inhale and as you exhale, you let go a little. Inhale, deep inhale, three-dimensionally. You may want to look over your shoulder. Exhale, and once more, inhale, and exhale. Come out of the position, shifting your weight forward, untangle your legs, tuck your toes under and turn your hands slightly in and move into a downward facing dog or inverted V. Walk your legs, keep the fingertips facing inward and roll your head a little. Just a little walking here, a little twisting motion of the pelvis, shifting from side to side. Lower down onto your knees and bring your right foot forward. Again, the sole of the foot stays on the ground as you shift back. and keep everything planted firmly on the ground. The knee is most likely not fully extended. If so, move out of the full extension a little. You're more on the temple dancer, on the softer, more pliable side. And I want you to find a little bit more engagement here. And now staying in your 70% of stretch sensation and move within the stretch. Explore. Where do you want to go? Shifting back, waving the spine, waving the pelvis from side to side. Now moving forward into the deeper lunge position. Again, we don't always have to go right to the edge, but stay soft and invite yourself to do less and see what you can find in this lesser than space. Moving your pelvis, moving your spine, explore a little bit here where there may be tension, and this side possibly looks different and feels different than the other side. Now shifting back, preparing for Gomukhasana. So you bring your front leg further in front so the knees line up, and you can either stay here and just shift your weight back and forwards. This is beautiful to prepare for hip opening and also invites our pelvis to open from the inside and the outside. Reaching back, and you may want to remain in this position or you shift yourself back, seated, and a gentle spiraling motion here. Again, one hand onto your knee, and without pushing and wanting to go somewhere, just breathe and spiral yourself upwards. And let it go with your exhalation, a little inhalation. Finding space, exhale, and once more, inhale. Wonderful, and exhale. Bringing your weight forward again, untangle your legs. And here on all fours, just shift your pelvis from side to side. Roll a little bit and swing and shift and travel wherever your body desires you to go. And allow your brain to slow down with your breath, finding more stillness, allowing the day to drop away and preparing you for a restful, deep sleep. Stay kneeling. Bring your hips back onto your heels. Your hands are in front of you. Bring your forearms onto the ground and pull your hands towards you. And as you exhale, you push your hands away from you and you round your spine. Inhale, pull the hands. And exhale. Once more, inhale. And exhale. Come to center. Take your arms into a V shape. And now reach your right hand away and spiral to the left. Remember, your spine wants to ascend to the sky. Take a breath in here. And center your right hand again. Now your left hand reaches away from you and you spiral to the right. And you notice the opening of the left arm line here. Breathing into the armpit, chest. Center again. Gliding away your right hand. Now turn your left fingertips in slightly and bend the elbow. Still reaching with the crown of the head away from the tailbone. Take an inhale here. And center your position again. You reach the left hand away from you, your right fingertips turn in and your right elbow bends. Take a breath in here and come back to center. Center both arms. Now reaching both hands away from you, bring your forehead either down to the floor or just let the head drop. Take an inhale here. And slowly roll up again. Coming into a seated position, you can be on a chair as well. Take your hands out to the side, the thumb is leading, open the heart, lift the heart here, and then as you exhale, you tilt the pelvis back, pubic bone lifts, and the pinky fingers lead the way. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Now stay in this flexed position. Take your hands onto your knees and rock yourself backwards a little, so as if you would hang in your own back body hammock, and take a breath in here. Resting in your own superficial back line. You can also take the hands to your shin bones. And slowly come up. And we finish with a de-stressing breath, the physiological distress breath. You take a deep breath in, take another sip of air in when you think you can't breathe in anymore through the nose, and then you breathe out through the mouth. Long exhalation. I'll show you. Deep breath in. We do this for about a minute to close the practice. So let's get started. 3-dimensional breath into the ribcage, expanding wide. Take another sip in and exhale out through the mouth. Shoulders, jaw, everything relaxed. Inhale again. And once more. One last time. Inhale. Take a moment in stillness. And then open your eyes. I wish you a restful night and thank you for joining me. I'll see you next time.